Good day children, Sai Ram and welcome back to our civics chapter number 2, the Indian Parliament. In the previous chapter we have learned about the parliamentary system. We have also learned that Indian parliamentary system was given to us by our constitution. Okay, so let's learn about the Indian Parliament in detail. Firstly is the introduction. The Indian Constitution, that is the Constitution of India, has created the Parliament of India. The legislature, what is a legislature? We have learned about it. One who make laws. The legislature, which is at the national level, that is at the central level, that is called as the Parliament. Now, in this Parliament, there is a president and the two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Okay, though we cannot separate the president from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha or the parliament, then also president is not allowed to participate in any of the discussion in either of the two houses. Okay, although without his signature, without his consent, no law is made final. But then also he or she is not allowed to take part in the discussions of the two houses. Now, here is one small can you find out, okay, where you have to find out the various constituencies. The constituent states in India get seats on basis of their population. Okay, how much is the population? That many seats are available for that state. For the purpose of election, the state is divided into territorial constituencies. Small parts it is divided into. Okay, the population of this territorial constituencies is approximately equal. Use the internet. Now here you are going to do this work. You are going to use the internet and find out the number of seats each constituent state has in the Lok Sabha. Here one example is given to you, that is Maharashtra. Maharashtra is having 48 seats. You all are going to find out how many states Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Goa is having. I'll show you one example of Maharashtra over here. You can see this different colors shown over here. Okay, this colors actually shows that Maharashtra is divided into parliamentary constituencies. How many parliamentary constituencies? 48 seats are available in Maharashtra state. Okay, you can see over here, numbers are given to you. Okay, see here. Okay, this shows that Maharashtra state is having 48 seats. Okay, same way like Maharashtra, all the states in India, okay, are having their own okay, you can see the numbers given over here. The number shows that these many seats are available for a particular state. Okay, now this is our parliamentary house in New Delhi. Okay, now we are going to learn about the parliamentary house which is having the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. We are going to learn in detail what is this Lok Sabha and what is this Rajya Sabha. Firstly, we'll talk about the first house, that is the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also called as the lower and the first house of parliament. Why it is called as the first house of parliament? Because the members in this house are directly elected by the people. Okay, the elections which take place after every 5 years. Okay, in that election people elect some representatives and those representatives are in this house of the Lok Sabha. So this house is also called as the first house of parliament. Okay, and as I told you, the members over here are elected from the territorial constituencies. Just now we have seen the Maharashtra. Okay, there are 48 seats available. Okay, so from territorial constituencies, the members are elected. And each member is here for 5 years. The tenure is 5 years. They will be the member of Lok Sabha for 5 years. As elections takes place after every 5 years and are also called as general elections of the parliament. Okay, what are these elections called as? General elections of the parliament. Till here everyone has understood? The members of the Lok Sabha are their tenure. Okay, their office in Lok Sabha is for 5 years. Elections takes place after every 5 years. Okay, and these elections of the Lok Sabha is also called as general elections. You can see the Lok Sabha over here, the house of the Lok Sabha. Now, at times what happens? There are many cases in which the Lok Sabha get dissolved in the middle only. As I told you, the members, once they become a part of the Lok Sabha, their tenure is for 5 years. But at times what happens? The Lok Sabha can get dissolved before 5 years only. Okay, and again the elections has to be taken place, and such type of elections which take place before the 5 years are completed are called as mid-term elections. Okay, the elections to the Lok Sabha is called as general elections, correct? But those elections which take place in the middle only, without completion of 5 years, those are called as mid-term elections. In the middle only they are coming up, so this is called as mid-term elections. There are many cases in India wherein the Lok Sabha had to be dissolved in the middle only before the completion of 5 years. Now let's talk about the composition of the Lok Sabha. Maximum 552 members are there in the Lok Sabha. Okay, in this house 552 members are there. Some seats are reserved also for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and even for women. Okay, seats are reserved for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and for women. Why seats are reserved? So that each and every part of the society, part of the constituency gets a chance to become a part of the government. For that reason, seats are reserved for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and for women, so that each and everyone gets a chance to become a member of the Lok Sabha. In case there are no representatives from the Anglo-Indian community. Now, what is an Anglo-Indian? Anglo-Indian are those people whose one of the parent is a foreigner and one parent is a Indian. Such type of people are called as Anglo-Indians. Okay, in case there is no representatives from the Anglo-Indian community, then the president has a full right over here to appoint 2 members from this community. Okay, he can come forward, that is the president can come forward and appoint 2 members from this community to the Lok Sabha. So here even the Anglo-Indian is a part of the Lok Sabha. Seats are reserved for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, for women, and now we are also Anglo-Indians. Okay, so this is the composition of Lok Sabha. I hope you all have understood. Now let's go on to the next house, that is Rajya Sabha. The second or the upper house. Okay, Rajya Sabha is called as the upper or the second house of the parliament. Now here in this house, the members are not elected directly by the people, but indirectly by the people. The members over here, they are they give representation to states and union territories in India. Okay, the members in the Rajya Sabha, they are the representation of states and union territories in India. Okay, total of 250 members are there in the Rajya Sabha, out of which 238 members are elected from the constituent states and union territories. Okay, 238 members are elected from the constituent states and union territories. Total of 250 members. How only 238 then? Let's see. from where are those 12 members? Those 12 members are appointed by the president. Again, the role of the president is over here. Okay, these 12 members are appointed by the president. Now, from where does the president appoint these 12 members? From various special fields. Okay, special fields of literature, arts, science, sports, social work. From these fields, these 12 members are selected by the president. So, total of 250 members now. 238 members are elected from constituent states and union territories, I told you. But each and every state does not get a chance to become a member of the Rajya Sabha. It depends upon the population of that place. Okay, then this house is never dissolved completely. Okay, as after every 5 years Lok Sabha members are re-elected again and again. Here this house does not get dissolved at all, does not come to an end. Because why? What is the reason behind that? Because 1/3 member of the total who have completed their tenure of 6 years retire after every 2 years, and equal number of new members get elected in their place. Okay, so how many are going? That many are coming in. So what is happening? Here the house is not getting dissolved at all. And so this house is also called as permanent house. What it is called as? Permanent house. So I hope you all have understood. What is the composition of the Rajya Sabha? Total of 250 members. Out of which 238 is from the constituent states and union territories. And 12 members are elected by the president from the various fields of literature, arts, science, social work. Okay, and here this house is never dissolved completely, as 1/3 of the member is of the total who have completed their tenure of 6 years retire after every 2 years, and equal number of members get elected in their place. Hence this house is called as permanent house. Understood, children? Now, what is the qualification needed to become a member of the Rajya Sabha? To become a member of the Rajya Sabha, one should be a citizen of India. One should have completed 30 years of age. Okay, should be a citizen of India, should have completed 30 years of age, should be a member of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, this is the qualification for membership. Now, those who are the members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they are known as MPs, that is Member of Parliament. Okay, what are they called as? MPs. Now, what is the work of these MPs? They try to resolve the queries and complaints of their constituencies by raising questions in the Parliament. As they are representing their constituencies, so they have to be always talking about resolving the queries and complaints of their constituencies. Okay, the government allocates them funds to carry out development work in their respective constituencies. Now, what does the government do? Allocates them funds, provides them funds. Okay, funds here means money to carry out the development work in their respective constituencies. This is the work of the members in the Rajya Sabha or the Lok Sabha. Okay, children, till here everyone is understood? Okay. I hope you all have understood till here. The remaining part of the lesson we'll do in the next lecture. Till then, thank you, children.